Hey, Mountain Springs. Today we're going to look at Isaiah chapter 32, verses 15 to 18. This is what happens when God will pour out His Holy Spirit. It says, "Until the Spirit is poured out upon us from on high, and the wilderness becomes a fruitful field, and the fruitful field is deemed a forest, then justice will dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness abide in the fruitful field. And the effect of righteousness will be peace, and the result of righteousness, quietness and trust forever. My people will abide in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings, and in quiet, restful places." I like the way John Oswalt summarizes this passage. He says, "He will pour out His Spirit from on high. Justice and righteousness will spring up in place of the frantic busyness that self-dependence requires. Those on whom the Spirit falls will be able to live in continual quietness and trust, because they will have fully relinquished or surrendered their lives into the hands of their Lord. Their homes will be places of peace, trust, and rest." I chose this passage because in many ways it mirrors my own experience, my own life. In the mid-1990s, I call it my 2-year tug-of-war with God. I wanted to be in God's will, but I wanted to do it on my terms. I said to God, "Show me your plan for my life, and I'll get it done." It took me a while to figure out that God doesn't owe it to me to show me His plan for my life. And "I'll get it done" implies, I really don't need you, God. I got this. So what I heard, the subtle message I kept hearing from God in that 2-year period was surrender. And I didn't want to hear it. Surrender wasn't part of my vocabulary. I kept ignoring it, and instead kept asking God, "Show me your plan for my life." He wasn't giving me answers. I got frustrated with God. Eventually, I got downright angry with God. In 1996, I attended a Promise Keepers event in Denver in the old Mile High Stadium. Some of you men may have been there. And the last speaker and the last night talked about surrender. And I said to myself, "Oh, here we go again." I couldn't tell you much of what his message said, but in the end, he said, "Those of you who need to surrender, come down to the field and do so. We'll have people here to pray with you." Now, I'm a stubborn Dutchman, and I cemented my butt in the seat, and I said, "This isn't going to happen. I'm not doing this." Hundreds of men were going down in the field. And then the speaker said, "Some of you are still in your seat. You know you need to come down. We'll wait for you." And it was as if God reached into my chest, grabbed my heart, and ripped me out of my chair. I went down on the field. There was nobody there to pray with me, which was fine. I just wanted to have a conversation with God. And I said, "If surrender is what you demand, then this is it. I'm tired of fighting with you. I can't do this anymore." And I had a peace that washed over me that I had never experienced before. You see, God didn't give me what I wanted. He gave me what I needed: a surrendered heart and peace with God.